closing the gap down. Now Norton looking inside. He goes for it. Sure, Norton sending. Hello everybody, Martin back in another episode of F125. My team Tony, and today we are heading over to the Tactics long frame. We're going to look over the standing. Going forward, this Tactics long frame. George Russell P1 now, takes the lead of the championship, 1 point ahead of Piastri, and Piastri is obviously overtaken Lando Norris, who may be wondering how you gotta go back and watch the last episode to find out what had happened. So let's get into the tactics long front, and I'll see you in the qualifying. And here we are, the tactics spread right now underway, and there's two things I'd like to talk about. So, number one, I am now going to implement a change into the series, which is live cam action. So what that means is, you're going to get to see my live or tactic raw reaction to what the situation is happening. Safety car, VHC, red flag, overtake, crash. Those are what I'm going to be input into this series. Only get to see those 5 or some little bit of moment back there, because it, it's supposed to be authentic raw reaction, and I know it might work, but it's an experiment to see if it does actually work. And you guys can let me know in the comment if it works for you, or can let me know what it there to improve. What should I do to make it a bit more better? I'm all ears for it. That's my number one. Now you're getting a live cam more authentic reaction to the video, to the race that I am doing, only on the important bit of the highlights that I've put in together. You will see my commentating. The commentating is not going anywhere. I am keeping the commentating the race all in. That is not gonna change. But that brings me to number 2. I've had some of the comment about not understanding me, but I can't do nothing about that. I can't help you to understand me clearly. I can't. It's just nothing I can really do. The only thing I can do is be more aware with what I'm speaking, be more aware of how to piece the words together, and using subtitle in the video. I will translate subtitle only on the important bit that you will need, and the rest of the video that had no burned-in subtitle, you try to get audio generate subtitle from YouTube. So that is what the change from the number 1 is the leader of my number 2, and that is just how it is now for me, because I can't change the way I talk. I can't change the way I talk here, but that's not my fault. There's nothing I could do.
It's a United States love affair with Formula One at the moment, so what a thrill for everyone today to see our drivers lapping COTA at full hot lap speed. It's the Circuit of the Americas, and it's qualifying.
We are close to finish of our third run. Will it be good or not? Let's find out. Or just double to put the ship down the stick.
Down to P22.
P15. No good. We need to figure out to shut up. What can we do to make it better? I don't want to adjust that. There isn't really anything I can adjust. So let's be honest. I don't want to adjust. So it's fun win because it's very stable, considering that we got this. So I just would have to give another go on a different tire, and we'll see. See. We are 4 times up. Three times. Is it enough? Yes, it is. It is. then up, short, not short, short move, and the 2-1 exit is pretty much fairly normal. Fairly normal. Of course, Jack didn't end up having the end up again in the spray. Here we go. Final caller coming up. Oh, P11, Jack. P11, yeah, mopping down anyway. We are so slow and well told. We are just ridiculously slow and well told. Final one of 2-2 now underway.
We need a good lap here or we're out of qualifying. Come on.
Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Alright, on the main, like, one second up. That's good, that is good. Alright, nearly there, nearly there. Is it gonna be enough? Or not? Let's find out. Oh, P5, oh, that's good, that is good. But Albon, unfortunately, he's making 2-2 exit like 3-4 times in a row now, which is obviously not just then, but taller side is P2 good. Final taller coming. Shit ton. So let's go out and see if that can be improved or not. One second, oh, that's good. That is good time. Love it. What is it?
Great.
Oh, that's good.
There was some nice.
Oh! That is a mighty, mighty lap from George Russell. Wow. Well done to George Russell. That was a mighty, mighty lap time from George Russell. Lando Norris on the pole position with Gasly, second place, Piastri in third, and Russell is in fourth. Let's see what this American Texas Grand Prix got in store for us.
Here we are then in one of the fastest growing cities in the United States, the fabulous Austin in the great state of Texas. The circuit itself, 14 miles southeast of the city centre, has been home to the US Grand Prix since 2012, the latest in a long list of iconic tracks to have that honour. We have 10 turns to the left and 10 turns to the right here at the fantastic Circuit of the Americas. Overtaking opportunities into turn 1 and turn 12 at this anti-clockwise track. It's 3.6 miles long and we should see average lap speeds of around 126 miles per hour. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. A fantastic effort from Pierre Gasly yesterday puts him on pole position, and Oscar Piastri completes the front row. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Russell, Leclerc, Carlos Sainz, and Behrman, Colapinto, Sonoda, Ocon, and Alex Albon. Norris, Hadja, Andrea Kimi Antonelli and Bortoletto, Lawson, Tremnitz, Paul Aaron and Jack Crawford, Hulkenberg, Maloney, Pepe Marti and Jack Doohan rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. So I'm sure there'll be plenty to talk about this afternoon, and who's going to talk about it with us? None other than Naomi Schiff. Hi, Naomi. So we're getting close to the start of the race. What will this driver be experiencing? Big nerves? Big excitement? What?
It certainly is a time leading up to the race where drivers feel quite nervous because that adrenaline is starting to build and it gets into your mind. So you've got to stay focused, try not to distract yourself too much. But I will say that it's once the formation lap starts, at least it was for me, that was a time where the nerves started to calm down and I got really honed in and focused on the start that was coming.
All right, let's have a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do.
Okay. If you stay still, we just need to do that. Obviously, with Lando Norris being in the back now, but the penalty, Russell moved up into third. That is obviously a big deal, and we got Piastri in front of us. If we can get ahead of Piastri, I'll be very happy. But it's obviously in point we are behind in third in the Driver Championship. I would like to be able to close the gap again. Thanks to what happened in sprint, it was not a bit help. So let's just see if we can make a good result. We just, in my head, I'm thinking we got it what it takes to get third, but can we achieve it? That is what we need to look for. But let's hope that is going to happen today. No, stop, no.
Nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you get a good launch as the race starts.
Alright.
Okay, so that's the rest of the grid forming up now. Be patient and watch for those lights.
And now we're waiting for the 5 red light, and it's now underway with Jacqueline on the pole position. Got off a pretty golden star, and we got off the Piastri, getting a little bit of pressure from Russell, who went deep and allowed Charles Leclerc to get back to and almost locked the play. So you seem to know now who is by the way, finding Peter and Bortoletto almost went into back of Alton, but everything seemed to calm down, but the fight still goes on with Tonona and Torapito, and we got Carlos chasing after Sean Russell, and Russell didn't really lose too much places. He came back from where he started P4, that's fine, but he made that costly mistake. He had a good start, but he messed it up by going deep into turn 1, and that sometimes always happens, but he's still going chase after Charles Leclerc, and we might see him going for the move on the inside. He gets it done, but will Charles Leclerc defend? No, he does not. Russell gets back ahead, and we got Carlos who had to defend Berman, and we got all the moves being made with the light of Aaron getting ahead of the Maloney Tremnitz. It tried to find space, and behind there's the Audi fighting with Jack Crawford, and of course, speaking about Crawford, his teammate June had of course at the end of teammate didn't know Singapore and the spread in the taxi, was really unfortunate for Jack. Do want to have a problem already, but will he be able to finish the race this weekend or not? And the race goes on into lap 2. We've got Ollie Behrman, who is now making a move on Newton to Nona. He gets himself ahead, and he's defending and gets the play. And Behrman is now getting chased off for Carlos side, but he had to do all the catching up first, and I think he will be able to do it. And Piastri is now chasing after Jacqueline, but Jacqueline has done a fantastic job in the pole in the qualifying. so he might likely to be able to win, but he had to be able to keep it together, and Piastri 100% hunting down Gatling to be able to claim the lead in the Lava Championship, with Russell in third place. He now had to defend against Charles Leclerc, who went down the inside line and he got the move done, and Russell come back the Yeti dot to the centre and he made the contact, but he's got himself back to her of Charles Leclerc. But very controversial move from George Russell. There's nothing, no warning from the FIA about that move, but we all know that was the move of the despot, because he of course has fallen back quite a bit in the championship. He's only behind by 4 points, but if Piastri be able to stay ahead, it will make Russell's job a little bit harder, despite being 4 points behind. Even Lando Norris is tied on with Piastri, and Russell now to the centre back on the inside of Charles Leclerc, once again defending play to keep third place from Charles Leclerc, and Charles Leclerc now onto the main lane. Got Charles Leclerc, who's going to have a DR lane to the star chasing down Russell. He's a drop for the move on the inside line, turn Russell defend by B on the outside, or really switch it up. No, he doesn't. Russell commit to the outside line defend, but Charles Leclerc giving little good old Swede, but they are still racing fair, which is good thing, even though Russell made that controversial overtake before, but this time he had to done that again, and Newton Tonona had gone ahead of Tyler Stark, which means he had already overtook Behrman, which had happened in the background, so I just didn't point it out. But in lap 5, Russell and Charles Leclerc continue fighting again, but it's Russell that stayed ahead, and we got Alex Albon, who's now getting the pressure from Esteban Ocon, who's on the inside line of Alex Albon, but it's disappointing to see Albon now quite far behind to George Russell. Thinking back at the beginning of the season, claimed his first victory in the career, and he's falling down. It's just a shame, and he's still defending Esteban Ocon to that job, but I need Albon to get up and be close to Russell, but I don't know where his pace has gone. It has truly fallen apart, but now on board with Charles Leclerc. He sent it down the inside from Russell, defender, but will Charles Leclerc get the exit? No, he doesn't. Now we're getting into the exit. Pretty much nothing changed as we fast forward back onto the maze like once again with Charles Leclerc to get the DR and start chasing after Russell, as he now had to think twice by joining outside into the inside, and he gets the move done. But Russell, will he be able to make it work by taking back? He doesn't, and to know not, is looking to join the party, and Lando Norris is fighting Torpedo for P8 franchise. We need a defense, of course, if it's very nice if Lando Norris finishing the race behind Albon and be quite far back in the point in the championship. But we know Lando Norris is not like that. There's a reason why he is the world champion. He wants to make it too for himself this season, but we don't know how the race gonna go. Lando had the penalty. He had to change the engine of his component, which therefore gave him the penalty. But he seemed to be taking it okay, as he still tried to battle hard to Torpedo, but Torpedo is doing a fantastic job and getting himself back ahead of Lando Norris in P8. But those fighting, they are losing time, and Torpedo has now lost what will keep him ahead the DR. So let's see how Torpedo is going to deal with it, and now got on board with Piastri, who is slowly catching up, but at the same time not quite catching up. But it's definitely in the clear air. He got the best of the ability to be able to pull away but it doesn't matter. Even if he does pull away, Piastri will switch on something and Russell sent it down the inside once again, and he gets back into third place. And all the fun thing we are doing has costed our chance for the second place. Unfortunately, Sutton and Lando Norris is now finally ahead of Franco. So for Russell, Sutton behind the Piastri. At this moment, Russell will take Sutton in the championship, but it will be Lando back in the lead of the championship. But finish off what I was saying, Piastri will be taking the lead in the championship at this point, and Charles Leclerc is now going to go through and get the move done onto Russell. Contact made into turn one, that forcing Russell is taking wider line. That is not going to help, but at least there is no damage. I think that contact was on purpose, a karma, shall we say, but what he done in the about lap when he went for that very bold move on the inside, debunk the play. I think that was an intention from Charles Leclerc, but we still close the gap down anyway. But you allow Yuki to know to start catching up. So we might be seeing Yuki to know getting involved with third place. And to be fair, we haven't seen a lot of Yuki Tsunoda being competitive for the podium. That's because Red Bull has fallen back quite a bit, and Russell is now back though on Charles Leclerc. As you can get, the theme of this race is pretty much down Charles Leclerc and Russell fighting all out, trying to get a podium, and we got Albon, it continued fighting Ocon, and Ocon is looking to make a move to himself into P10, but will he be able to do it? It looks like he does. Albon has lost to play to Esteban Ocon now entering into lap 10. Charles Leclerc once again are going for the move on the inside of Russell, but this time they do not come together. We've been given each other a space, but Russell will still be able to get back at him. And to be fair, Russell is stronger. He is stronger in Sector 1, but in Sector 2 and 3, for some reason, the pace has kind of split, let's say. It's kind of split between each other. It's really annoying to deal with, but there's nothing we can do. And that is leading, still maintaining the 2-second lead. But he needs, if he wants to make sure he keeps it when he goes into the pit, he would love to be able to lead it to about 5 seconds. That is common, the average pit time lot. When your engine made mistake, and Russell sending it down the inside. Charles Leclerc looking to make a switch back onto Russell. We've got a lot of time with the fighting going on with Bortonetto and Alex Albon are now in the fight, and Russell stays ahead of Charles Leclerc, and Bortonetto has gone ahead of Alex Albon. I think Albon is really starting showing the loss of pace that is not looking good, especially when he's going to Mercedes, who are also dealing with rivals that are struggling, and that is Antonelli down P13, and Lando Norris has gone ahead and overtaken Ollie Behrman up into P7. Lando Norris is now starting to hand down the Carlos side. He is behind, he is close enough for the Diallo, and the hunt it down for third place and Russell.
Yellow flag.
Yellow flag. Oh! That's the Ferrari! That's Gasly! That's Gasly with the Podium! Oh, that's the major development right now for Gasly. Right there, a big major development now indeed. Pierre Gasly has now lost the lead, and mechanical failure has came on to him. He is out of the tactics norm plan. That is just a shame. We're doing a fantastic job. That means Piastri is in the lead, and we'll be taking a big point in the championship right now. I'm not sure it's now in second place. That is good, but we are not even close to the Piastri, and Newton Tonona had lost the play to Carlos Sainz. They are now battling, going with the exit. Who will be the one that backed down from this? And it seems like Newton Tonona was the one that backed down from the move going with the exit. But now on the maze lane, Charles Leclerc is now charging down on the inside line of Russell. Russell intentionally blocked the chance for Carlos Sainz to either be able to make a move, and now they're going side by side with Russell and Charles Leclerc, but it's Russell that saved ahead. I think we have to come in. I think we need to come in. Because I don't want to hold up Albon and the lip starting feeling really bad on the car. I think it's better for us to come in now. Listening from George Russell, he has said he needs to come in, but that means he will be boxing this lap. And in the head of Lando Norris, there's the fight between Carlos Sainz and Charles Leclerc are now battling for the third place, but those battles will take a little bit of time, but it doesn't matter to Russell, as we all know now, to the start coming in this lap to put a hard tyre on, and the race leader of the Piastri has already put the new tyre on, and where will he come out? He will be taking the lead. It'll be Lando Norris now in the lead, and Piastri coming out into P5 more likely. And oh no, Bortoletto had a slow stop for the right wheel on the front. That was an awful stop for Dabby Bortoletto, and George Russell is now to come out in P11. But at this point, as long we get no safety car, he will be taking the second play. But for Lando Norris, benefit safety car will be very big for him. But the problem is, it won't be enough because Lando Norris is too close to Piastri behind, when Piastri's behind. But now, going to lap 15, everything changed. Lando Norris is now boxing to put a new tyre on, and it's a slow stop. It's a slow stop for the McLaren. Lando Norris had a fun ride. It's been so difficult to take off. Is that going to impact his racing? We'll find out. Piastri now back in the lead, and George Russell is now taking the second place. Carlos Sainz third, Charles fourth, and Lando Norris managed to jump into P5 despite the slow stop. He managed to get into P5. What would have happened if he never had a slow stop? He would have maybe got alongside with George Russell. We don't know. It's one of those what if. But now going to lap 16, Charles Leclerc is now fighting Carlos Sainz, and it's now back into P3. Carlos Sainz is now doing some pressure from Lando Norris, and I would not be surprised if he tries to make a move. We're speeding off in lap 19. Lando Norris sends it down inside, get the move done to try to minimise the damage in the championship. But at this point, Piastri will be taking the lead in the rather championship, and George Russell will be taking second. Lando will be taking third, but it's still quite close. But going to lap 22, the Piastri maintaining a fantastic lead, pretty much dominating the long run by 20 seconds, leading 21 seconds. That is the big margin we have this season now. Well done to the Piastri. He's doing a fantastic job, and Russell is getting some pressure from Charles Leclerc very soon, and there's a green flag being waved right now. I wonder what is happening. Lando Norris still not got past Charles Leclerc, got ahead of Carlos Sainz at yellow now in P10, and we can see Bortoletto slowing down. Bortoletto is slowing down. It looks like he got mechanical failure. Oh, that is such a shame. Will anything change in this race? Will anything be pulled or not? We're still waiting for it It is safety car is our second chance is now on the table for Russell and everybody out here. We are now trying to get the chance to fight for the win, just like the Singapore long fun. And this time it's allowed to between Piastri and Russell. We are doing the same thing we did in Singapore, put some pressure from the start and try and hope that Piastri will mess up somehow into turn one. But unfortunately that was not the case as Piastri got ahead and caught short Russell napping, and now Piastri got some time on his side, and all he needs to do is keep pulling away and he will be able to win the race. He is a lot faster than Lando and Charles Leclerc, but let's find out because the race is still 4 laps to go. 4 laps of sprint, 4 laps of fight, 4 laps of everything on the line. At this point, Piastri will be taking lead in the championship and Russell will be taking second place, and Lando Norris will unfortunately look back again into third place. Everything is changing in the championship, but that is what we all love. It's always very tense in the championship battle, but Lando Norris would love to try and get on third place to minimise the damage of losing points in the Driver Championship, because of course Lando Norris hasn't quite got the form since Belgium. He has been a little bit up and down throughout the period in the after the summer break, and Piastri and Russell had came alive with those times, and some of those situations for Lando Norris had never been his fault anyway. But today, Lando got a chance to try to flip it around, but as we now heading into lap 26, the top two are now starting pulling away from third, and that would give Lando Norris a chance to try to get past if he can, of course. And Newton Tanona is now going to go ahead and make the move on Esteban Ocon. Can Ocon defend Newton Tanona? And it seems like that is not the case as we far forward into the maze. Like Russell chasing after Piastri, Lando Norris has gone ahead and over to Charles Leclerc to take third, and we got Tanona still ahead of Ocon as Yelly making some moves on a lot of things in chasing. Behrman has gone ahead of Franco Tolopita as we now enter into lap 27. Things are still the same for George Russell. He hasn't quite got the chance to try and close the gap enough for the move. He has been trying to keep it up for sure, and Tolopito got ahead and try and defend against Newton Tanona, but Tanona he tried to put some pressure, but unfortunately he had to back out going through the exit. And I know that near that point if he made a mistake, that's a bit lot for Newton Tanona and Behrman. Sinapisa Tanona is ahead of Franco Tolopito in P7 with Ocon in P9 and at the yellow in P10, and the final lap of the tactics long fun. Final chance, can Russell get past Piastri, or will be like Singapore all over again? And Piastri, who has driven brilliantly all race today, who have he had nothing wrong, he done nothing wrong, and he was shot. Unfortunately, his safety car has been pulled out at the wrong time for the Piastri, but he is capable of being able to stay ahead of George Russell. But we're now about to enter into the other, so this is now Russell lad chance. Will he go all out on the dive bomb on the inside or the outside? Let's find out. As Piastri is about 6 tenths of a second ahead, but Russell got the other, closing the gap down. Now Russell looking inside, he goes for it. George Russell sending, but Piastri that stayed ahead. But it's going to be side by side. What is going to happen? There's been given space, timed up by Russell. It's now on the outside, into the inside. while Piastri unfortunately tore out and Russell take the lead of the lane. Sure, Russell is leading the marathon long point and he overtook Lando at the Piastri the last time, and he finally done it. He finally did it as he's now approached the final corner. Sure, Russell win the marathon long point with Piastri, Sutton and Lando in the What's a weekend? What a weekend! Fantastic job from Charles Leclerc. This is what we need after a very depressed time in the sprint. Well done, Charles Leclerc.
Here's the checkered flag. Here's our winner. By George, he's done it. Russell wins.
There's still a long way to go, but these kinds of victories and that kind of consistency is what it takes to get to the end.
We had drama from start to finish, but in the end, there was only ever one that could take that top spot. By George, he was good today. The top step awaits for George Russell.
Well done to George. What a fantastic overtake on the Piastri. On the inside, send it down. Brilliant job from George. What a desperate time equal, desperate measure, that is for sure. And the championship is now in the lead from Russell, but 3 points ahead of Piastri and Lando Norris is 6 points behind, and Charles Leclerc is pretty much out of the fight in the championship. There's 3 races to go with 2 sprints. Charles Leclerc still got a bit of a chance, but I think it's very unlikely. So let's see what happens when we head to the Sao Paulo long point. So I'll see you in the next episode. Please like and like my video. Do my very appreciate it, and peace out.